Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Ajaya Tilike, and I'm the spokesperson for the most beautiful girl, Mushin, Odi-Olowo. Can we meet you, sir?
My name's OLUSOLA AREMU Musbao Koinsola.
OLUSOLA AREMU Musbao Koinsola. Okay, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you too.
Were you born and brought up in Mushin?
Yes, I was born here. I grew up here. I live all my life here.
Okay, what side of Mushin?
Mushin, Amu. Precisely, yeah.
Okay, so what comes to your mind when you hear the word Mushin?
What comes to my mind when I hear the word of Mushin? Well, I mean, everybody with different experience about Mushin. Then, while I was growing up, you know, it's so scary when Mushin, when you say you are from Mushin. I mean, everybody attribute anything bad as bad to Mushin. Because when you say you are from Mushin, first, I mean, you have to look twice and say, Mushin, are you from where in Mushin? I remember very well, so even though we are telling you, you won't even tell anybody you are from Mushin. Probably maybe saying, I will not say I'm from Papa Jao or I'm from Palm Avenue. I'm from this thing, not like, where is that one? But because, I mean, word of Mushin is so scary, actually. So, we hardly mention that I'm from Mushin. But today, because this is where I have all my life, today, I can proudly say I'm from Mushin. Because this is where I live, this is where I do everything, and my success story is from here.
So, sir, that will lead me to my next question. There are a lot of narratives going on about Mushin. When you tell people outside, okay, I live in Mushin, they give you this look like, oh, really? So you're from Mushin? But there's this narrative they have, this mindset that they have that, okay, there's this thing they feel that, okay, once you're from Mushin, you're automatically a thug. You must portray this kind of characteristics. How do you think you can overcome these narratives?
Well, I think this has to do with individual. Number one, you see, there's this proverb they say that, I mean, you can be born poor. But when you now grow up and be a poor man again, when you're born poor, it's not your fault. When you now remain poor, that's your fault. So let's assume that somebody say people from Mushin they are bad. Then it's very easy for anybody to call you any name. But it's not for you to now profit otherwise. When you profit otherwise, definitely, I mean, even though if you are saying you are from Mushin, I mean, any other person want to be part of that Mushin. Unlike when they say you are from Mushin and then you are misbehaving too, of course, that will not make you proud.
So, sir, what street comes to mind when at the mention of Mushin? What streets come to your mind?
Are you talking about then the best?
Not best. When you say Mushin, what street comes to your mind?
Well, actually, you know, Odi-Olowo is one of the area I believe I grew up with because I have a lot of friends there, and I remember very well on daily basis. There's no day I don't go to Odi-Olowo, and then you know the reason why I go to Odi-Olowo then is that you see that I mean where it's happening then was Odi-Olowo, and I remember very well. I mean I was a member of the Ebony Club of Nigeria then in the 80s, early 80s. Even then, I mean, I think we formed Ebony Club of Nigeria, which we celebrated, or we did one party then. We invited, there's this one of these musicians from Mushin, this Fuji Wabi Lori. He was the one that played for us then around 1983. So, you know, it's fun. So I see Odi-Olowo to be like the beginning of Mushin. Maybe that is the, I mean, we can say that is the state of power. Then everybody want to like associate himself, but definitely, as at that time, that place was a little bit rough then.
So what are your favorite hangout spots in Mushin?
When you talk about favorite hangouts, I hardly hang out. And the reason being that, you know, my uncle then, and my uncle's wife, they will never allow me. Number one, I can't even play football. I have to where they are selling, I mean, this woman sell provision. Once I return from school, I have to be by the shop. So I hardly hang out until when I until when I grew up a little, like maybe age of 13, 14, when I began to like come into my uncle's shop. Then when we close at night, then I go to Ojue. I think that would not be, Ojue is now the place I can say that my hanging out place as at that time. So I can't really say I have a hangout place, because definitely the discipline was there that I can't even go anywhere anyhow without their knowledge and all that.
So, sir, like I said earlier, I'm a spokesperson for the most beautiful girl, Mushin, Odi-Olowo. It's a beauty pageant that's coming up next year. So, sir, what do you think about this initiative, and what do you think about pageants in general?
Oh, well, you see, when we talk about exposure, when you talk about this pageant thing you're talking about, yes, a lot of people, maybe around here, in our days, we don't even have idea of what is pageant. Then, then what do you see anybody that says that we want to go on this kind of this beauty pageant and all that? We attribute a lot of things to whatever they are doing. But like today, that you see a lot of modeling. Even though one of my daughter, my last born, thinking about, even though when I say now you have to be this, I say no, this is what I want to be, daddy. You understand? I think it's a very nice thing, because when you see what is happening abroad, it's not about your certificate alone that matters now. You know, when you have calling for anything, I think it's good for one to pursue it. So for now, I think people are now beginning to appreciate what you call like talent, because I can say it as a talent. You know, you see it as a talent, hobby. You know, it's going to be a side of the certificate you are carrying. So, and then I believe, for you to be, saying that you want to contest, you must be very intelligent. If you are not, I don't think, I don't think they will even allow you to even cross the hurdle.
So, sir, what's your take on female education, and how do you think we can promote female education more?
Wow, that's a very good one. Then, why wouldn't I support female? Because fortunately for me, I have 4 girls. I don't have any boy, and I don't intend having anyone. So, and if you're in my establishment, 80% of my staff are women.
Okay.
You know, I try to prove a point, because I remember very well when my mother was alive. I lost her, maybe 2 years ago, after being about 1 or 5 years. She spent on earth. She always say, who's gonna be a role? No, I look at her and say, what do you mean by a role? I'm Shola. I'm not my father. I do what I do now. It's that my father does not influence what I do. So, and then if I'm successful, and if my kid wants to be successful, why do anybody need to carry my name? I didn't carry my forefather's name. I don't even know them. So what I've come, to come and do a lot of things for myself, and then I've registered my name. So any day I'm gone. Whether somebody is carrying my flag or not, it doesn't matter anymore. It's what I do now. It's my legacy. So of course, I have a lot of interest of lady being great in life, because definitely I have a lot of them, and I encourage them all the time. So because I have 4 girls, so what else? So I should love it. I want to be my girls. So for that, I love them to be successful.
So that it is safe to say you support gender equality?
Of course.
Okay, sir. So what advice would you give to young ladies out there, like the new generation? Because we have seen that a lot of things have gone wrong. So how do you think we'll correct these things, and what advice would you give to them?
Well, it's quite unfortunate the way the situation of the country today. You know, so many things is going the way it shouldn't be. Yeah, I know so many things. In those days, before now, even though if you can see a girl maybe prostituting, they may not be from around here. In those days when we were growing up, maybe the Ghanaians come from from Ghana to come and prostitute in Lagos or in Nigeria rather. But unlike now, the change is so pronounced. You see girls, even though toasting, pursuing, they see it as it's norm. And it gets one scared. what is the country turning to? Yes, all these things, I mean, were something that I want to believe that we adopt from abroad, that people are proudly to do. They say whatever they are doing that is wrong. It's like, no, it's my boyfriend, I do this one with this one, I have this. I mean, we hardly do see things like that before now. People, I mean, feel ashamed to say things like that. But like nowadays, but you know, it's so silly and it's crazy that, I mean, what we are seeing around. But again, I think what is really killing most of our girls is that some of them, it's like what is happening in Nigeria today. Some people can leave Nigeria to go and do many jobs in abroad, but they want to do it here.
Yeah.
So they feel ashamed to do things like that here, but they can go abroad and do it. Majority of our girls like, I mean, why would you find me in this kind of, I can't do this kind of job. Why do you want me to do this? And I always encourage those ones around me. You can be anything. Not depend on yourself. Like the training I'm giving to them, like I mean to building materials. You see, maybe part of the thing that I encourage that made me get to this level now, it has something to do with integrity. When people trust you, they can entrust in on you. You don't even need millions to do any business. When you have a very good name and you're sure that definitely you can do this, you prove yourself. Today, my manager, the first manager, most of my branches, they're all managed by a woman, and my general manager is a woman too as well, and they are doing perfectly all right. If they see me today, you know, it wasn't that rosy. Actually, when I left US for Nigeria, that was 1996, about 26 years ago that I've been in this country. While I was living, actually, it wasn't intentional. When I came back, I happened that the mornings didn't happen. They came to my house. I mean, I used to live at Odi-Olowo in Solo. Amdova came to the house and they cut away my green card then before I could do this thing. So, you know, so many stories happened. So I was able to recover the green card. And even though before then, I used to come every maybe 6 months. Once I have little cash, I come back home. Because I so much believe in Nigeria actually. And before I left for US, I mean, I learned this trading. And at the back of my mind, I already have the mind that I'm looking for, I just want to get a capital to start up a business. That the same business I know about, that's what I want to do. But never believe that I can stay as at that time, because it's more or less that I was forced to stay back. And it was so tough for that years, from 1996 to 1997 to 98, was really tough for me. Then when I called some of my friends, I said, hey, I don't even know. Blah blah blah. Of course, I mean, I almost lost everything I brought. You understand? But you know, went back to what I told you. The first job I did around 1996. I mean, Ebonyi State was created in 1996, and I happened to meet a lady. Her name is Hannah Gomez. You know, so you know, when I was not staying, I was still pursuing that I had to go back. What am I going to do here? Nigeria is not a place I can't stay here. So all of a sudden she now like, Shola, okay, you are pursuing this visa. If it's not coming up, why can't you try and do something? The first job I did, I was the one that do the demarcationing of Ebonyi State level. Then it was Enugu House. They call it Wawa House. But when Ebonyi State was created, they now carve, Ebonyi out of from Abia and Himo. That's where they carve it out. So I was the one that erected the so-called fence on Bishop Oluwole. They stay there today. You know, the lady was the one that encouraged me. I said, you can start doing something. And I did that. Though it was tough. Some of my friends then, I can't even call them because they already tagged this guy. He has gone there to go and suffer. And I was struggling to go back. I couldn't find my way there. A lot of people are now saying, it's so stupid. It should interest you that maybe because I had the idea of this trading. I started this business in 1997, again with 2.9 million naira then.
Wow.
And that money, I don't even have it cash. I can remember very well, wherever he is now, I think he's listening, Commander Walter Fiabo was a military administrator of the first military administrator of Ebonyi State then, before he now moved to Delta State, was the one that gave me 1 million then. In support with my friend, Anna got me say, borrow me 1.9 to start a container of Lufa's friend.
Okay.
So when I started, it wasn't that rosy, it wasn't easy. Some of my friends, they ignore me. They don't want to talk to me then because I wasn't going back to US. And I was struggling to go back. My family, my daughter, my wife, they were both in US. It was stressful. I didn't get back to US until 2001. And that's about 5 years separation from my family. So of course, some of these guys now believe, how are you going to survive in that country? Don't mind him. To God be the glory. Today, some of them, and I always say to them, even though if you come back here with $1 million, you might not be able to survive it. Seriously. Yes. The case is different now. And I always tell them, but if they still come, if they're ready to learn, they can still make it. It's about you have to drop those standards you believe you are. And those are the things that can make you to get to wherever you want to be. Of course, I remember when I came newly, I met some of these people that I left before I left for US. I cried to all of them, how do you do this now? I can still do it now. Before, I used to do big boy. And I came to their level. And don't forget, if you are meeting me, if you are saying that, because this guy is big, I don't want to. No, I go to anybody to ask questions. How do I do this? How do you do this? You understand? They will introduce things to you. Yes, they won't show you everything. And that's the truth. But when you humble yourself, of course, you can step on your head. When you humble yourself, definitely they will carry you along. They will let you know anything that you really want to know. And those things always help. For them there, today, some of my friends in US and in England too, I can remember some left US again, relocated to some South Africa, some London, some Canada. They are still pursuing that want to be, they want to make big money. And I believe, if any one of them listening, I believe it's only in Nigeria that you get everything for free. What I mean by for free is that it's whatever you declare to the government that they believe. They don't. I know definitely something happened abroad, but here you can get a lot of encouragement. Yes, there are bad people that they discourage you. They can take away the money from you, but that depends on you too. If you come here and I know you can do something, I'll come to you. Yeah, I can do this. I'll come to your level. I will not see myself as a bigger person, because once I behave like that, definitely you're not going to show me everything. That come to my next listening to show you my success story. I used to work with email, EMEL. I don't know if you know that they are Tejora. EMEL, email group. I mean, somebody, they bring a lot of.
Could you still is?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when I met them, they are Indians. They are Indians. But glory be to God, you know, this consular house, it's not when it collapsed. I had to rebuild it because it brought me a big luck. You know, when I approached them that I want to start a business doing with them and all that, I use that same house and say, this is my building. Whatever you give to me, I'm not going to walk away. You know, thank God to America, you know, the experience I had in US that making, you know, once you don't spoil your credit, you get anywhere. In America, if they give you a proof of $1,000, then you do it well. You can get up to $100,000. The same thing happened here. But a lot of people don't know that. When I'm working with email, I started with this. Initially, they don't even want to give me 100,000. Then, when I start doing business with them, I try to pay them back. If I'm to pay tomorrow, if I'm to pay next week, I'll pay this week. They begin to trust me. They now start increasing my credit facilities. The same thing applies to Nexus. I don't know if you know about them. Nexus, yes. Nexus, yes. They are, yes. They are big people in this, our business. I met a lot of people. But one good thing that I learned from America is that when you say one, don't let it be two. Because once your one become two, definitely you fail. You know, they really did help. Without any collateral, but with a good name. I go with worth of $1 million goods. Say go and sell and return back the money. And this same me that couldn't give 100,000 initially. You understand? So do not depend on. Some people now say you are very lucky. No, there's nothing like any luck. No, it's not lucky. It's about yourself. You need to prove yourself. You need to let people know that you can do this. When you prove yourself, definitely they will elevate you. Today, when there are no more, when I want to stand on my own, They are the one that even took me to China. I said, no, you can trust this guy. And today, I don't partner with them again, and I partner with China. So, these are the things, we need to tell those people in diaspora that come. Whatever happened abroad can be replicated here. Not depend on you. When you come back, you don't want to come be doing men. When you're coming here, you don't say men anymore. You're like, don't tell it. If you go even buy me, you know, Nigeria like people that says they're hungry, they don't have no money. But when you post that you have so much, they take everything away from you. That's it.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time. I really appreciate it. It's been fun talking to you. Sir, please give a shout out to the organizers of the most beautiful girl, Mushin.
Give a shout out? I don't know.
Shout out to the organizers and you say whatever advice you have for us.
Oh, God. Okay. Wow. A very good initiative. Whoever that really established this, I think it's a very nice one. I want to see it, taken beyond this. Because, you know, if you see things like this happening, I like to associate myself with the winners. I don't like to hang out with the video because I'm not a video girl. You understand? I don't like people that, you know, like what you are doing now. I can't even believe that things like this is happening in Mushin. Maybe because I'm not coming too close. I don't know things like this can happen. You know, I was amazed when this guy told me that there are people. I said, okay, for you to say this, I need to meet them. Let me know. So things like this that is happening, honestly, kudos to you. And I wish something better will come out of it. That people like us too can be part of it, and then knowing us with the kind of things we want to do that we'll be remembered for. Maybe not today, but tomorrow. It's a legacy actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
and I appreciate you guys.
Okay, sir. Before I go, there's this thing I do with everybody I interview. There's this song they sing, which is a very popular song. I'm not good at singing it, but I'll try. So when I start, you hear me finish it.
Okay.
The song is Mushin.
Mushin, Olousha.
Yeah. So you have to sing it to the end, though. You have to sing it to the end so that you hear you very well.
Wait. You have to sing it to the end. And that is just it. Olousha. You don't know what?
No.
You don't know what I'm saying.
Okay. So that's
because a lot of my friends will not be listening to it because I always because I say they always what do you call this? Raymond Taiwo is one of our boys that been supposed to have come for this House of Rep, but you know, my friend is from Odi-Olowo too as well. Raymond Taiwo, I don't know if you know him. Anybody know him here? Raymond Taiwo. You don't know him?
Yes.
If you don't know Raymond Taiwo, that means you are not from Mushin. You know him? Now, those are the guys that they can make you proud. Like the managers and co and all that. So, so should I sing now?
Yes, I should.
Mushin, Olousha. You don't know. Don't gbádùn. Kì í yiri ẹ̀. Ẹni bá yiri ẹ̀, á jọ lọ. Ẹ tí wọ́n sí kànga gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀. Ẹ tí wọ́n sí kànga. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.